so. Downhill as well. There we go. Should be. That's literally every. There we go. That should be better.
Oh, how does it go there? There we go, I can hear myself out. Loud and clear. How are you doing this evening, Yui?
I'm doing. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, very good, very tired. It's been a long weekend at Silverstone at the moment, and just in the middle of the weekend at the moment. Obviously, got the big race day coming up tomorrow.
Mm.
Obviously, before that though, we do have an enthralling Div 1 race around the Hungary ring here in Budapest, in Hungary. Lots of drivers out on track at the moment. 19 cars we have in the session this evening. One fell ill with food poisoning, and that's why they're not here. I've made that up. I don't know. That's a complete lie. Um, who's your money on today? Are you thinking?
Well, I still want to back up my Williams driver of Spiety, but the reigning champ is sat down in Madrid today. So
Yeah, but I
gonna
think
go with
compared to what we
Bensley
had,
today.
last week, because I wasn't here last week, so we got Ham in the game as well today. I know Ham is an extremely quick driver. I used to race against him. I never raced against him in the SR days. Knew his name, so I think he's definitely going to be one to watch out for today as well. So that's Spencer just gone purple in Sector 2 there, looking to dethrone SLR Ham 19 with his 115.350. Currently, he's looking strong through the final few corners here. A little bit of a wobble on the entry to the final corner, but gathers up the car nicely and back on the power to cross the line. And where's that going to put him for his first flying lap? Up into P2 at 15.408, so not quick enough just yet to dethrone the Red Bull of Ham. Spicy O's on 1.5 seconds up. Not 1.5 seconds up, 1.5 tenths up. Looking strong. I wonder if the numbers after his name mean anything, like 9989 means something, or if it's just a random selection of numbers. Same as Nystoriux and Baby Boy, they both have a bunch of numbers underneath them. Oh, I just noticed Jam's in here as well. We've got Ham and Jam, we've got the brothers. Both Red Bull drivers. That can't have been a coincidence. They're both in the Red Bull.
My baby boy just coming around final corner for his lap. Hitting it with a 115.7. Putting it in the top three.
So it might take me a minute to get to drivers if you ask me to go and look at something, because I'm having to use my wheel and pedals to do the the changing of stuff today, because my controller batteries are died and I put new batteries in it. It still said they were dead, so I don't know what's happening with it. And I've got my headsets run out of battery, so that's plugged in with the. I'm literally got the Xbox perched on the desk next to me, so that I can sit. I have to sit really close so the cable stays in. Bad day. I didn't plan for this.
Bad day at the office.
Did you catch qualifying today for the real life F1?
I did.
Yeah.
Good old McLaren 2-3.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
For a moment I believed with the Norris P1.
Yeah, I mean there was raucous applause around the suite when Norris at that time, but I think it was inevitable when everyone saw that Max was still staying in the lap that that time was going to be beaten. Only was it's 3 tenths I think in the end, so it's even 3 tenths for Red Bull.
It was 3 tenths. I was
At a
about to
track
say
like
he had
this,
a
it's
yellow
real.
middle sector as well.
Yeah.
So
I'm currently on board with Jam. He's 2.6 seconds up on his
I'm on
best
board with
lap.
Benz is just in his first lap of the session, puts it P9. Well,
uh,
1:16.19.
and Jam's diving into the pits now. I think he's going to get a fresh set of boots on the car and go again because he's not looking up enough. Soft tyres, a fresh set of soft tyres around here is worth a lot more than a lot of tracks because of the high downforce nature of it. It does chew up the tyre. Or and even worse, he's now stuck behind his brother in the pit, so it's going to be a little while for him to get a new set of boots on to get back out there. Icy is
Yeah.
about to set his
I'm on
first
board with
line.
Icy as he's going around his last corner.
Nice and clean through the final DRS Open on the line. Not good enough to get him out of the bottom 15 though. P15 though for Icy, a 1:16.585. Very close
We'll
in
go
the
on board.
Where are you going board? Who you with?
I'm going on board with Cricket as he's setting his lap of the session.
The times, if you look there, P7 now, or from P8, King Latifi in the Mercedes 16.149 down to Nestoriuk's P17, they're all in the same second there, which is good close racing from these guys, or good close qualifying from these guys. I think it's Haas coming across the line. I don't know if that's the start or finish.
It's coming up to the final corner here. Looking
Fantastic.
very pacey.
Yeah, then
What will it be? It'll be a 1:16.
the
Matching J Moore's time in the Haas.
matching it exactly. Oh yeah, 16.093. So I was just on board with Segek there, Patrick Segek. Really good final sector. Managed to claw. It looked like 5 tenths on that lap back. So the McLaren boys are sat P6 and P7 at the moment. Dolphin probably has a lot more in him as well. I heard him complaining. I joined the party just before we joined the lobby, and first thing I hear him say is, "Too many DRS zones." Who is the real in chat? The real the Reldosaurus.
He's one of the new drivers that joined last week, I believe. From our stream, this exact same race. I mean, I'm on board with Steins up, who went four tenths up in the first sector.
Who was that you said you're on board with?
Steins up. In the Haas, up in P2.
I see he's got a bit of traffic there now. I think he must be doing a second installation lap. He's lost a lot of time there.
Time went down.
I'm not sure if that Red Bull was on it. That Red Bull in front of him? Yeah.
That was a Red Bull.
He's going to go into the pits now, but look at that.
Let's have a look, he does the lap. Well, we'll go with probably jamming that Red Bull. And at the final corner, where's he putting it? 1:16.165.
Dolphins crossing the line. He's 2 tenths up for his last split. He's going to try and dethrone his teammate. He does. He jumps up to P4. Does Dolphin at 15.6? That's a fantastic lap from him. Just 3 tenths off the de facto pole sitter at the moment, Esther Lahan. You going to be racing this tomorrow as well?
I will be racing tomorrow. I have a lot to follow on from 2 seasons ago.
And how did you get on?
I made my debut at this exact same track. Put it into P2, took P1 in the first lap and had an unfortunate spin. And then dropped all the way to the back.
Did you race last weekend?
I got called into work literally just before the race, so I had to miss out on it.
So hopefully no late work calls this weekend so that you can get a good race.
J7 moving up to P8. We were 1:15.8.
I need to find something to jump on board with. Looks like an Alfa Romeo's just starting their lap. I think that'll be icy. That is the only Alfa Romeo.
Another middle sector for Dr. Spicy. Going around the final 2 corners. Nice and clean out of the second class. Final corner, looking very quick. Like, what can you do? That is a 1:15.5 for Dr. Spicy and Williams.
Jam is now on a flying lap, 12 seconds up. It was through
12
first two
seconds up.
sectors. I'm assuming that can't be right. I think I'll know that he went 12 seconds up on his last lap when he crossed the line, so that put him up into 12, 16 flat. When I was in the
Onboard
pits now,
device,
pretty
he's
much though.
2 tenths up currently on his previous time. He's not. He's invalidated.
Track limits, boys, track limits. We will call that out. The stewards will be on you and they'll be handing out
And we
penalties.
will get rid of your laps if it comes too bad. We have got Devour in the chat as well. Hello, hello, hello.
Yes. Hello, Devur. Hello, Devur. I lost the vape and I don't know what I've done with it because I've been sat here since I got home. I put it down somewhere and I don't know where I put it. Oh, it's there. I was balanced on a shoe.
So one of those moments where you put it down, looked away and then forgot exactly where it was the next second.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is unfortunate.
It's been a bit of a mad weekend. I've been getting up at sort of 4:30, 5 a.m. every day to get to the circuit in time.
Trying to find out who's on a lap. It's Baby Boy's our closest one to lap.
It looks
Furthest one
like he
into his
was
lap.
10th down on his
He is
previous.
half a tenth down with a purple middle sector.
A little bit wide of the apex there through that corner, and he's going to dive into the pits.
He's going to
Give
pit,
himself
so
one
we'll
chance.
go down to drastic plays. He's the only one on the lap currently. Who is currently 1/10 down on his previous time.
Yeah, so I actually think he's on an in lap. He
I think
invalidated.
he's backed out. Yeah, he's backed out. He definitely would have validated now. So we'll go over to Weehan, who is currently going around. No, we'll move to King Latifi. He's just started actually.
Yeah. So this will be the first time I've watched a Div 1 race where I actually think there's someone on the grid that can beat Benster. And that being
Ham being literally being within touching distance to Benster.
King Latifi is actually Nicholas Latifi in disguise.
Well, I mean, if he starts spinning during every race, then he might be. It'll be entertaining. It will give us safety cars though.
Oh, that's really nice through there. He's actually
only
pretty
just
much
keeping the the track limits through that corner as well.
They come up with a purple sector 2 again there though, but I don't know if that's to be truth there.
Accurate.
He's going to come across the line now. It looks like it will be an improvement. Oh, just by 0.02 of a second.
Making that set of 3 very, very tight in the middle of Dolphin, Cooper, Benz and Latifi though. All within 5/100ths of each other. We'll go down to Weehan, he's just coming around the final corner, who's 2 tenths up on his previous lap time.
Well,
and he sets at 1:15.49, putting him up to P4.
Oh. Yeah, I've been watching on board with Jock, his teammate. I think he's backed out of his current lap. He was going very slow through the loop there. Looks like a Red Bull possibly coming across the line. Might be starting. Oh, someone's in a wall there. It's Krieg. Kriegmit's in a wall. Looks like he's reversing back out of it. Track is a bit busy behind him.
Ooh, very close with that Alfa Romeo that came around the corner, which will be of Icy. Icy, the only driver without a teammate in today's race.
A little bit of a blessing, I think that is sometimes. It's a bit hard.
Means he can pit whenever he wants. It just makes it harder for his constructor standings. Yeah,
definitely hard for the constructors, and it's one of those. It's very rare that you'll see. I don't think Krieg's got any front wing there, the way he's just gone down that corner. And again, I think Krieg might be having some wheel issues.
It is entirely possible.
Yeah, 'cause he's very active, very
I'm on
sporadic
board
at the
with Spice
moment.
as he comes around the final corner. Dr. Spicy setting a 1:15.3, pitting himself up to P3 in the last lap of this session.
Oh, and that's a massive Stin's lap, who's in the pits, so that'll be the end of his qualifying session. So no improvement on P4. Can anyone else take that away from him? A lot of cars going to be coming across the line. That's the Williams of Baby Boy. Is going to be coming across the line
And
very
he's setting
shortly.
a sub 15-second lap time.
Wow. Baby Boy goes 7th with a 15.6. We've still got the Red Bull of Ham on track. That's the one we want on board with. He's gone purple through the second sector. He's the only person now really who's going to have the pace. Oh, he's gone a little bit wiggly on the
He's
exit
going
of
a
the
bit wide,
penultimate
bit wiggly.
corner. I
But
think he's going to
can he
improve
keep it
still.
together? Is it enough to improve for that P1 spot?
Oh, it's a
It is
15
not.
flat.
Watching Dolphin as he come around the final corner. Final 2 corners for Dolphin. Where's he going to start this race at the Hungary? He will be starting in P5. Slight improvement for him. And that concludes our qualifying.
So that's 6,000ths of a second separating Benster and Ham. You would say that that little slip up from Ham in the final sector did cost him pole position there, but starting P2 on the grid, he will have the inside line coming into turn 1, so that's a massive advantage, especially with this sort of track here at Hungary. It's a difficult track to overtake at, so if he can just get his nose in up front of Benster at the start of the race, it will be pretty hard for Benster to get back past. It's going to be hard for anyone to get past today. Notoriously hard track for overtaking here.
The spots on this track is probably just that first turn. But everywhere else it's just too wiggly to be able to look for an effective overtaking spot half the time.
Yeah. Yes. It's going to be a difficult one. So running through that top order real quick. So Benster is going to be starting on pole position in the Mercedes. A Red Bull with SLR Ham in P2 joins him on the front row. Spicy in the Williams in P3 and finishing up the Haas driver in P4. Dolphin in McLaren up in P5. We hand the game in P6. SLR Jam down in P7, not able to match his Red Bull teammate. In P8 is Baby Boy in the second Williams, and Cooper Benz in ninth in the Aston Martin. King Latifi in the second Mercedes rounds out the top 10 in P10. Patrick Segek in 11th. Jake GR 7GR in 12th. OWR only able to manage 13th. Jurassic Blaze in 14th. J Moore 15th. Prigmit with his crash in 16th. Rom Lawn in 17th. Jock 951 in 18th. And I can't remember who that was in 19th, but it was someone.
It was Nestoriax.
Nestoriax in the Alpha Tauri, rounding out the grid. Starting on the back row by himself, as we do not have 20 drivers in today, just the 19. Food poisoning did strike the other Alfa Romeo driver, or Icy just you know, put a hit out on him because he didn't want a teammate today. So who's your money on now then after seeing that qualifying session?
It's going to be a tight battle, but I might go for Ham with this one. Go for the underdog story because we all love one of those.
Yeah, it's all what we're praying for in real F1, for the underdog to come through. So we'll will it in tonight for it to be willed in tomorrow. Apologies for the noise. Should have probably got a drink to come up with. Oh, do you know what? I've got some jammy dodgers in my bag. It's too late in the day to be making roast potatoes at this stage, so I'm slow, says we hand the game, and not really. Let's have a look at the race director there real quick. We hand, that's not exactly a slow lap, is it, in P6? Unless he's trying to be, I don't know if he's trying to be funny. It's not very
Or
funny.
he might be trying to give everyone some of the reverse psychology before a race.
It's funny, we've got 2 South Africans in here today. Of Weehan and Baby Boy. Flying the South African flag. No South African GP. It is a bit late at 8:30. It'll take about an hour. To be fair, I was really pissed off today. Food they provided us. They said it would be roast potatoes. I got the plate of food. and they were not roast potatoes. They were new
They were just
potatoes.
boiled. They
They
were
were just new
boiled.
potatoes. I
Oh,
was like, these are new potatoes.
unfair
So
that one.
looking at tyre strategy here as well, real quick. Just in the race director, this is what everyone's got preliminary set for the race. This might obviously change, but Ben's looking to start on. Maybe I shouldn't say this. I don't know if I should say this because I don't know if other people can see. And they can go in their own race director and look. Currently, Ben's just sat with a hard tyre sat on. Ham and Spicy both on the medium tyre with Snijdap, Stignzap,
Stin,
in the Haas.
stins up.
It also on the hards. Dolphin looking to start on the softs, which is a bit of an alternative call here, but Jam and Baby Boy both thinking that's also the right option. Weehan on the medium, Coop and Latifi both on the medium, and the rest of the grid down. Oh, I say rest of the grid down, that's a lie. P11 down to P14 on the hards. J Moore in 15th on the medium, Krigmit on the soft, Rom Lawn on the medium, Jock on the soft, and Nestorius on the hard. So strange, weird for Krigmit and Jock at the back there on the soft tyre. Instead of looking at sort of extending that through the race, they're going to go for a quick burst to try and get a few places. Which, if pulled off right, I'm not sure what the weather's meant to be like either. I
From
assume
what
dry.
I've been told, it is meant to be dry.
Brilliant. It's going to be a dry one. That's what we want to see. I'm not sure what time we're going to be getting going here, but a couple of minutes has passed now from that 5-minute break just to let the drivers go and leak their
Stretch their
trouser
legs.
snakes. Yeah.
Mm.
Stretch their legs, leak their trouser snakes and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, maybe even feel some cavities within their stomach. Oh, from the looks of it, we are away.
Oh, we're going.
There's 5 lights and and away we go at the Hungarian Grand Prix.
A lot of ghosted cars in the middle of that pack there, but Benson's got off really well. Ham just slipping behind him. He's going to try and dive up the inside, and through goes Ham into turn 1. The Haas driver's going to sniff up the inside as well, but the switchback's on. Benson gets the position back. Ham is now under pressure from the Haas driver, but it looks like they've been battling themselves. The Haas driver has got past Dr. Spicy up in the P3, but the battle out front, Benson and Ham. Benson able to hold that position with a nice little switchback move. A lot of instances further back. J Moore said it in the chat, he said 15th to first, but he's out of the race, and that's going to be a safety car on lap 1.
First safety car. And here is our possible tyre strategies of the one stop being mediums to hards. Or some of these soft runners that might be looking to go for a soft, medium.
So that happened very quickly. I was not watching the back of the field, which I should have been. I was watching the front. But big gainers there. The Haas driver up into P3, obviously.
Yeah, we've got big gainers with Latifi, Krigmit and Jock all going up 3 positions within that first part of the lap. And our big loser being Icy, dropping down 4 places.
And that might be to say, oh, so he's looks like J Moore had lost his force feedback. And obviously, you know, it's a bit disorientating when you start racing, the feedback's not there. So I'm wondering if there was maybe a contact with Icy. Icy being down 4 places, they were around the same place on the grid. So possibility they've had a little coming together. Dolphins also lost 3 places from his strong 5th position start down to P8.
3 cars in the pit. Historix, Icy and Romlawn.
Yes, that would suggest that contact was made and damage was given. 14 viewers in the session this evening as well. Hello everyone, if anyone here is new to the channel, we run 3 different divisions on a Saturday and Sunday night every week. I think there is actually a gap week though at some point. It could possibly be next week. I'm not sure, but it's one of them. But yeah, we run 3 different divisions. We stream Saturday nights at 8 PM for Division 1. And then on Sunday nights we alternate streaming between Division 2 and Division 3. So next week will be the Division 2 race, or tomorrow will be the Division 2 race around this same track, where our own Yui will be racing in his Williams. You got high hopes for yourself tomorrow?
Well, I'll put my hopes up if I finish the race for this one. I'll be happy with, because I've only just come back to the league, so we'll see where we stand after this race.
Yeah, I think you'll be in for a good one. I think watch what goes on with the tyre strategies here. It's always a good one to watch the race the night before, understand what sort you're looking at. Obviously, I'm predicting there's going to be quite a lot of safety cars today. I mean, last week we had, how many safety cars was it? 4? It was
Last,
Silverstone last week, wasn't it?
no, the last week you missed out. There was a grand total of 0 safety cars.
Oh wow, mega.
We had a whole 0 safety cars.
When did we have loads of safety cars then? Did I race?
That was in
I raced last
it
week
was
and
in
there
the
were loads of
debut.
safety cars.
Yeah, in our debut, that's when we had 4 safety cars.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, so I mean, Division 1 are usually quite good. It looks a bit weird at the moment. At the back of the field here, around the baby boy area, they're all bunching up and getting quite close to each other. They don't want to be making contact under safety car. That's a stonewall penalty and definitely license points.
Which at the beginning of the season, we want to avoid as many of as we can.
Yeah. So I reckon we will be seeing the safety car peel in this lap. I can't see the reason it'll be staying out any longer. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just keep an eye on the back of the pack at the safety car restart. And just so if anything does happen, we have a slight understanding at least, if you want to keep watching the fronts. Yeah, anyone in the chat wants to pop in their predictions for the race? Anything they've been up to this week? Any especially we have more safety cars, we're going to need some more talking points. So when safety cars come out, I want to see hands in chat. I'll end up just being devoured, to be honest with you. Oh, that was cool. Watching on board with the Aston Martin just then, and from sort of an outside angle, as he went past the Aramco boards coming into the chicane, the side of the car sort of flashed blue, green, blue, green, blue, green, as it reflected off the boards, which was quite interesting.
I will predict that we will be underway again after this, in this lap.
Had no
They've been bunched up since the beginning. There it is from HQ. Safety car will be in this lap.
I'm hoping it gives me a good. The camera angles of this track are really bad for streaming, and they're all really tight on. I want wide, broad shots. They always look the best.
They always do.
I wish you could just select to have helicopter cam all the time. They're bunching up massively back here, ready for the restart. I'm watching on board with Jake, so in the middle of the pack, so just see if anything happens. Looks like they've gone.
And they are underway. Very, very good start from Ben. So Ham having a quick little nap on that final corner. But Ham is already reading in that gap, not letting Binks to be able to have any breath. We'll switch back to the back of the pack for this corner here where everything happened last time.
Yeah, it's looking super clean at the moment. They've kept it clean through down on the restart straight.
Backhand again.
Yeah.
I'm on board with Spicy, who's closing the gap onto Steins up behind our 2 front runners. Is he going to go for the move? Spicy backs out from the move.
Oh, baby boy's just looked
We've
up
got
the
down to
inside of the
Cricket.
chicane. That's brave.
Backed out.
This is one of those tracks.
Still looking right on the back of Steins up.
It's hard to pass here, but we will end up getting a really horrible DRS train. As everyone at the moment, currently only 1 lap after the restart, is still within a second of each other. So when DRS is activated in around 2 laps time, if they are all still this tight, it will just counter each other out.
We'll go down to Krigme, who's closing that gap really far onto Jake. Looking to go for the move.
Spicy up the inside.
He's through, and Spicy has got past Steins up as well.
That is Spicy up into P3 onto podium places. And I'm going to Ham as well, driver, coming into the chicane. It looks like he might look to try and place a move up the inside. He looks at it, but he thinks better of it and pulls out of it, and I think he's going to wait until he gets some DRS to just help him make the pass. Oh, your controller's died. So I'll give a audio commentary then of what's going on. SLR Ham 2 tenths back from Benster, still not able to get past him, but DRS will be activated after the next lap. Rolling down the field, everything else has kind of evened out a little bit. Just one small gap between Baby Boy and Cooper Benz, like 1.1 seconds. He's going to be out of that DRS. Dr. Spicy has dropped 2 seconds on Ham now as well because of the DRS is going to be enabled this lap. So there will be DRS assistance for Ham coming out of the first corner. And it looks like the control's back. No, it's gone again. So we've still got next. So the Haas driver is going to go. The Red Bull's going to go around the outside of the Haas. They give each other space, but the DRS is going to be open for both of them. None of them. No DRS. Okay, DRS not available down the first DRS straight. But Ham has got past the Haas driver. The Haas driver now under pressure from the Ferrari of Weehan as well. Just 2 tenths back. Weehan, is he going to have a little sniff up the inside here? Not just yet. He's going to wait and think better of it. But SLR Ham now only 2.5 tenths back. These two are now pulling a gap from the Williams. 2.2 seconds they pulled on that. Rolling down the timing sheets again. It doesn't look like anyone. Jock possibly making a move on Drastic Blaze. 1.6, 0.16 back. From the Alpha. I can't even speak. I can't even read words. But I'm staying on board with Ham here as this battle really intensifies. The Red Bull and the Mercedes. It has sniffs of the 2021 World Championship here with a Red Bull and a Mercedes slugging it out lap for lap. DRS now will be available though for the Red Bull driver as the rear wing opens on to the main straight. DRS open? He's not opened it. It is DRS open up the inside. He's going to make that pass before they even get to the corner. In front of the calls and away goes the Red Bull. I'm not sure here now who gets a second DRS. Detection. And Benster's now going to have to try and get back. Looks like straight back now. I hope it goes horse racing commentator mode, yeah. And I'm guessing have you lost headset as well?
Fuck.
No, he's back. I hear voice.
Jesus Christ. Is it noise?
Yeah, you're back.
Go back. Just had to raise the battery cupboard. Finding anything in any whatever working battery.
Yeah, that was me before the race. I've like got cables coming out of everywhere right now. In chat, Cat put weird mix of tyre straps. Yeah, very odd mix on the tyres. We were saying that just pre-race, that there was a lot of people at the back of the field on the soft tyre. So Cricket was the weird one on the soft tyre, starting down in P16. Currently still going at 8 lap holes.
There's a very good battle going on at the back between Jurassic and Jock currently. The position being changed before the main straight.
Weekhands dive up the inside and he's got past the Haas.
Taking it right on the back of Patrick.
Switch back though.
He's going around the outside. Nice on too wide.
So the Haas is going to keep that position and not lose out to the Ferrari. But the second Mercedes driver, King Latifi,
Yellow flag.
he smells.
He smells. He
smells the exhaust.
He smells Weehan.
Yeah.
He smells Weehan and stands up right in front.
What happens with McLaren? What McLaren? Dolphin lost some places. That's what happened. The other McLaren then lost one, so that'd be grandiose. So 8 laps in now though, coming up to the 10 lap mark, so about a quarter of the way through the race now. Still anyone's game. I say it's still anyone's game. I mean, the gap to the leaders has cut down a bit with them sort of battling. 1.27 to 2.2 now, and closing. Spicy is closing that gap.
Oh no, Patrick has just fallen all the way to the back. I suspect he's had a bit of a spin. And I don't know if it's you, but that sky is starting to get a little bit greyer above these races here.
Oh, apparently we missed something, because apparently McLaren or these guys are
oh, he's slammed into the wall.
Yeah, but they said that before it happened.
Oh, they are.
Fucking psychics, boys. You guys tell me what the winning lottery numbers are going to be for Tuesday.
Oh mate, I'd love to. I'll hop on it, we'll share the prize.
So again, the battle, oh, that was rain. There's rain. It's raining,
That
boys.
is rain. Is this rain?
Here at the Hungaroring. We suspected it was going to be a dry one, but there has been a flash of rain, and the track
I was
is
about
going
to
to
say, I
start
saw
to
that
get
sky
wet.
getting darker and darker.
So we're jumping
There's a
forward and
flash
look
of
at
rain.
that,
Will it continue though? That is indeed little drops of rain running over the halo of these cars.
So someone that really works in the favour is someone like Krigmit. Started on the soft tyre, maybe he knew something we didn't, maybe he's got some friends up in the clouds. But Krigmit started on the soft tyre.
Who knows? Oh, Ham having a bit of a wobble coming out of the second to last corner. Spencer getting right on the back of him.
Yeah, Crick's tyres are going to feel really bad at the moment. One soft aren't going to feel good in this damp conditions.
But is already pitting.
That's early.
Spencer going for a switchback. Does he make it work? Side by side. Out first corner, Benson currently in front. They go too wide. They're going too wide still. And Benson has taken back his first place.
Yeah.
Will they go side to side into this turn here? No, they do not.
Because that was made a very good point. That Ham's obviously on the soft tyre. And Crick's had a spin there in the cold, wet conditions now here at the Hungaroring. Crick's had a spin. He's going to dive in for a fresh set of tyres now. I think he's.
I mean, let's have a look at Stein's gap. Just keep an eye on that gap at the back, because this will tell us whether it will indeed be getting wet enough to go on to those inters.
I think he's probably about a lap too early. He's going to get a bit of his temperatures again.
It's starting to come down a bit more. Yeah, but if he can keep that under control and still keep it moving at a decent pace, it could work really well in his favour, that early pit.
Ham deciding not to pit this lap, so he's going to wait one more. I assume it'll be the end of this one because he's looking extremely sketchy. On 10 lap hold soft.
I'll slowly be moving back through the grid to see if we have any more pitters.
No one yet, but I look at it.
We currently do not have anyone else.
I think Crick will.
But now the main thing we have to keep an eye on is that gap between Stein and Krigmit.
So Crick did not pit.
Jake. Our main battle currently. I mean, unbeknownst to us, Spicy has slowly made his way into this battle for front.
The weather's had an additional turn there. Now we've gone from light rain to heavy rain.
It's now getting heavy.
Yeah,
as you can tell, if you keep an eye on Stein, Stein's delta is slowly just closing to Krigmit in front, which would be a very good indicator to all us viewers that we are getting into the transition period for these inters.
Yeah, I think he probably still made a slight error by coming in as soon as he did. It's something I used to do all the time back in my early racing days. Was as soon as I saw a splash of rain, I was like, inners time.
But Benster is staying out along with all four of our players. Jam's into the pits. Is Jam going to scout out for his SLR friend to tell whether these inters are in fact the move or not?
Yeah, so it's one of those. I think they would have discussed there on the Red Bull pit wall who was going to come into that stop. It was going to be Ham or it was going to be Jam. Ham in a slightly more
decision to keep their front runner in the front.
I think they need to follow what Benster does.
I mean, Spicy is currently closing into that gap to Ham. Given it was 4 laps ago, it was a whole 1.2 seconds away.
Yeah, looking down the field, the rain has got to a point now where a lot of the drivers are starting to really struggle.
Where it's starting to get a bit slippy.
Especially
if we see these fronts go in, then it's definitely got too wet on this Hungarian track.
I don't think we're going to see full wets. I don't think the rain doesn't look heavy enough yet for full wets. I think now the transition period is there. I think this would be when I'd be paying
we will keep an eye on Benster, see what his decision is. He is staying out, along with Ham. And Krieg getting a 3-second time penalty at the back of the grid.
So what this is showing is what we're seeing on the screen, and what the drivers are feeling are totally different. So from my perspective, it looks like the crossover period is sort of well in way, but I guess
It's probably in the
crossover
crossover period. I think they're just trying to stretch out their tyres as much as they can. Because I think Benz is hoping that he can go like an extra lap or two without having to switch, because Ham's almost stops, which will slowly start to run out.
Up to P7. Yellow in sector
Actually
1.
past Jake. Oh, Jake has spun. Jake has spun.
Yeah.
I mean, Jam is looking very, very pacey on those inters now. Gaining 3 tenths to Historics just in this one sector alone. I think we are into our inter period now.
Yeah,
I'm just watching that delta and it's just dropping more and more. Yeah, there it is. You're getting puddles on the ground and everything.
Oh, that's nice.
We are in our inter period. Let's see if our front runners agree though.
Yeah, and what we'll tend to see on a sort of high downforce track.
No, Benson does not agree.
Yeah,
but Ham has taken the radio from his teammate that they are well in and truly pacey currently.
Yeah, I think Jam
has just gone past Historics.
Benson's made a big mistake.
Everyone else is pitting. He is risking it. The championship leader.
I think Benson's just throwing away the win.
Benz has also stayed out.
So Cap said in the chat he thinks like 15 pit for inters. Maybe it's a case of the inters goes far.
No. We will see how correct Captain is here. If Benster pits in this next lap, he would have been pitting.
So Ham has come out in front of him.
Lap.
Ham has actually come back out in front of. Wait, who was in the lead, Ham or Jam?
It was Jam in front of Ham. I think Benson's going very, very cautiously.
Ham's just run wide a little bit there though. So yeah, the inner tyre is now in its element.
Yeah, these inters are very, very quick. Because look, Ham is just closing that gap onto Romlawn. Oh no!
And Spicy gets past Jam. Yeah, Jam was the
our challenger.
No, Ham.
No, Jam was our challenger.
No, Ham's a challenger.
No, he wasn't. He was the back runner, yes. He was. He's got the 2 laps, isn't he?
Yeah, down.
Here's Benster lapping now. Benster is pitting, but will the other 3 behind follow suit?
So I'm gonna stumble with Benster as he pits here, and just to watch the exit to see where Ham is. So he's just left the kit box now. He's trundling down.
I will go down to Ham. Ham is currently entering the main straight.
He's going to be really tight on the exit of the pit here.
With Romlawn behind, who will be slowing him down. But yeah, look at just increased amount of speed on those inters currently.
Romlawn on the medium still there, as sort of flash over as Benson gets past. But now the playing field is even. Now it's who's got the pace in the wet conditions.
Who's got the pace? Because there's no DRS, just ERS and raw driving craft here.
Ham has depleted a good amount of the DRS at 25% he's down to now, whereas Benson still has 85%.
Just to get as close as he could to overtake him.
Needs to make that Red Bull as wide as it can be. They're already wide at 2.5 metres, but I'm sure they can make them a little bit wider. Looking down the field though, anyone not pit there was the only one that didn't pit there. Tyre, yeah, so just Romlawn.
Oh, look, here's Benster.
And Blazed.
Looking for a move around the outside on Ham. He gets it done. Very, very risky move from Benster there.
30 laps to go.
Weehan overtaking Drastic.
Hatt is on medium. Who's in the pit? Ham in the pit.
Ham's in the pit.
Ham in the pit.
Is he going for full wets? We'll keep on board with him just to see what he is thinking currently.
Fresh inters. Front wing. No.
He is lost for front.
No, he hasn't. It's not being changed. What's he pit for?
He has just pit for a fresh centre of inters. He may have just thrown his chance away to this race.
Yeah, I think that that'll be one to try and get out of him after the session of why he's coming for another pit. That maybe he didn't think the Inters were going to go all the way from there, so he had to come in and put a fresh set on to make it go. But he'd only done two laps on him.
I mean, I will not lie, this track is looking very, very wet currently as well.
Yeah, weirdly, the Haas
So,
in 17th is on a set of mediums.
They are, yeah, this
Oh.
track is looking very, very wet as well.
I don't think Fishnap's in the game anymore.
No, he's not. He's lead. I mean, I'm just looking at this track getting wetter and wetter, and I'm thinking it could potentially end up being full wets near the end of this race if it keeps on raining like this.
But Ron Lawn's not losing out too much. He's still on a set of medium tyres. The yellow specs 2, that's an Alpine.
Proper risking it.
Yeah, Alpine Krigmit is round in step 2. He's back going again. Lots of place of Jurassic Blades on the fresh mediums.
On the mediums.
Other than that, the field has kind of nullified now under the rain, so it's one of those. It's a difficult track in a way.
We have got Jock and Baby Boy all within striking distance of other cars, and they are our closest currently.
Cap says it doesn't look that wet to him. I think that's just a stream, like a stream thing. Because on our live in game, the track is extremely glossy. Not overly wet to the point where we're looking at spray. That's obviously our next indicator of tyre choice. It's usually the spray coming off the car in front. Once that spray starts to come, big plume of smoke, we sort of know the whoa, big crash on the bike there. That's Jam out of the session.
That's Jam.
Safety car.
That will work really well in Lorm's favour as well.
Yeah.
He will not lose too many spaces if he decides to pit.
Yeah, he crashed on the right-hand side there before the really tight chicane. So what I assume has happened, he's put his power down and just lost the rear end, sent the front of the car into the wall, and that's been the end of his race.
Yeah, but this is very good for Ron Lawn. He will not lose too many spots as well. As he will, if he does decide to pit. If he does decide to pit, he will be under the safety car.
Yeah, he will drop down to P14, no, P13, behind Historics, as the gap to Drastic Blade, 16 seconds. Other than that, it is a case of everyone is still tightly packed here, so we'll watch him, but most of the field will come past. There's a slow moving Red Bull out the exit, the final corner there. Took a few cars into the pits there as well. King Latifi's looking for a set of...
King Latifi's coming.
Hards.
Hards?
Look out on dry tyres.
Oh.
Ron Lawn also on dry tyres.
They are all deciding that dryers are currently the best option.
Do you rejoin? They will be spraying.
Look.
Do you reckon there will be spraying? Do you? There is. No, I think there is spray once in terms of the game. I'm pretty sure when it gets really wet, spray. But clearly their race engineers have told them that the dry tyre is the way to go at the moment, and maybe it isn't as wet as we think it is. Maybe it's not even raining at all. Maybe we've just seen a glitch. Happened before. There was once I was watching a race and it was raining on my screen, and I was like, "Oh, why is everyone going into the pits? It's so cool out there." And everyone would go, "Well, it's completely sunny here." I'm like, "What do you mean?" Strange stuff from the dry runners there then, because everyone else on the to be fair though, that's the whole bottom half of the field now back on the dry tyre. Interesting. I'd love to, again, this would be great if in spectator mode we could open up and ask about, like in the game you can open up and ask your race engineer about stuff.
Weather,
yeah, I want to be able to ask what the weather is.
It should be able to have an option to view the weather.
Yeah. Yeah, there should be so many things in the spectator menu that there aren't.
I mean,
that's what we're going to discuss.
Whilst we are under the safety car, let's have a look at our best mover. Our best mover currently, before he decided to go into the pit, was Jock, who was up 13 places.
Jock's put hards on, Spicy's put hards on as well.
Our top mover now is Romlawn and Icy in front.
The weather must be saying that either the rain's about to stop or the optimal tyre right now, or people are just gambling on Rom Lawn back up to 7th. So if everyone else does come in for a pit, Rom Lawn will be leading the Grand Prix. Oh my god, I can smell my sausages downstairs. Thanks, God, so good. Crick's out of the race.
Have you decided to cook? That is the question.
I think Crick's just retired in the pits there. I think he's had a bit of a... Has he? Has he been gone for a while? No.
Where is his car?
I think his car's just come back out as an Alpine and it's light blue. I think it's retired in pits. I can't see it on the track map. There, I think they're just like a nice butcher's Cumberland sausage from the butcher's down the street. With chippy from the air fryer. I love a good air fry chip.
Oh, love the air fryer.
My favourite appliance.
I love just putting a load of spices and everything over my chicken and just putting it in there.
Yeah.
An amazing good old bit of homemade KFC.
Yeah.
With about a quarter of the price point.
You know, I always find really fun in KFC. They do these like deals. It's like, oh, get 10 chicken strips for a tenner. It's like brilliant. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. If there's like 10 chicken strips, I can eat 10 chicken strips. So I get like 4 in, and I'm like, oh,
they give you the fucking smaller ones, don't they?
Yeah, give you tiny ones. I get 4 in, I'm like, I mean 10. We got going from the lap. There are a couple of cars pitting off in the pits.
All the front runners are pitting.
Lawn then, where's that going to put Lawn?
Very, very good decision from Lawn and Baby Boy and both of the Williams.
Kick the TV up into P2, then Baby Boy into P3, Spicy into P4, double Williams up in the top 4 at the moment. Yeah, look at the track. Look at the track.
Will make our race interesting.
Look how the track is went from being completely soaked and like having rain splat off it to being completely dry.
Yeah, but this will make our race interesting now. We have all our front runners, all our quick drivers at the back of the grid currently.
Quick one. Ash, in chat, Colin, why are you doing a little ZZZ? What are you snoring at, mate? You got a problem? You wanna go? I love you. You want some? I'll give you go.
Well, come on, we gotta be careful. We have to be careful.
Nah, it's alright, it's Ash from Ash. He's put, but the Steve, I'm wondering if it's because he's joined and there's the safety car out and he's going, oh, more safety cars, right? But it's usually him that calls the safety cars, so he can't really say much.
Yeah, but our race has now gone from potentially boring to very, very interesting.
Yeah, it's got a lot to do now to gain the top 7 podium. This is what I mean, it'd be fantastic today to see a new driver on the top step. I don't think Lawn's won a race before, I don't think Latifi's won a race. Those two obviously
I
at the front.
don't think Baby Boy or Dr. Spicy have either.
I think Baby Boy has, I'm pretty sure Baby Boy has. He's definitely at the podium for sure. But tyre strategy at the top there, mediums for Law and hard for Latifi, mediums for Baby Boy and hard for Spicy.
The hard was definitely the better choice in this because they can take it the whole way.
Yeah, but I think we
Those
saw
mediums, can they take it the whole way? That is the question.
We saw soft runners onto lap 11. I haven't had a safety car in, but it looks like it is.
Right, but the safety car is in fact in.
And
We will go on board with King Latifi at this restart.
Taking him really, really wide. So it's going to force Latifi on the outside line. They both brake late. Switch back from Latifi. It's perfect. He swings past the back of the Alpine, and the Alpine's actually been up at the Williams as well. They're all hustling here. They want to be careful not to put each other out.
Baby Boy looking to go all the way around the outside.
Oh, what a move from Baby Boy!
Amazing move!
Oh!
And Dr. Spicy up to 3rd. I'm watching Spicy here.
Oh, I can get up to 2nd. Spicy goes.
That is a P1-2, but he might get done for forcing Latifi off that track there.
On the restart, I think it's got to be expected. Run wide those J7GR. He takes a run-off area at the chicane.
As
He's going to lose a few places.
Oh, he's losing all the way down to P13, moving slowly as well. And the audio has become bugged. I'm going very deaf.
Oh, is that... Okay, pause the game. Go to audio settings. And change the volume of the audio or do something to it. Usually it can sometimes beat it, like punch it out a bit. If not, we're gonna have to mute the stream. We're gonna have to mute the game. That's fucking. I just heard it on stream. It's bad.
Yeah.
So a lot going on at the back. Benson
We
not able to make the moves he wanted to. He's wheeling around behind the Alpha Tauris, who are going
will
wheel to
drop it
wheel
down
into the
to
third
A2.
corner. Oh, the Alpha Tauris don't touch. Lovely stuff. Benson's going to have to pick the spot. Oh, the Alpha Tauris spin! Benson's made contact with him as well.
Huge collision.
That's the Alpha Tauris taking
Is that
each other
Benster?
out.
Benster is without a front wing.
Okay, yeah, so Deval's just said don't go back into cockpit view of the driver. So stay in cinematic views as much as you can, and that will keep the glitch away, hopefully.
Yeah.
But other than that, everything's sort of spread out a little bit now. Benson down into P13. I think he's got a lot to do now to be trying to get back up onto the podium. 13 laps to go. Baby Boy out in the lead with Dr. Spicy in P2. Williams boys 1-2.
Very much liking how
And
this
Dr.
looks
Spicy
currently.
picks up a
No!
penalty! That is the commentator's curse right there. And that is going to come in massively at the end. 3 seconds penalty for the second million
Wood
driver
currently
on the
dropping
track
down
at the
to
moment.
P6.
They've got a lot of work to do now to
These
put
two
that
Williams
right.
drivers need to work together to just get away from the rest of the pack here if they can.
Which they are doing a good job so far. That gap to Latifi is around a second. He just needs to make sure that when DRS reopens after this lap that he is, DRS is going to be this lap. But we don't get it down into this first DRS zone because the detection point is in the lap before. The detection point must be as you come around the final corner. King Latifi gets some curve a little bit on the inside there, but it doesn't upset the car too much. He doesn't got a lot of downforce on for this track. But that gap now 1.1.
Yeah, but these two Williams drivers are making the most of what they can.
Dolphin is right on the back of
rest of
Cooper
the field.
Benz, further down the field, just 2 tenths. But that was down to a tenth as he came around one of those corners that looked like he was about to make the move.
I mean, the question is, are they going to battle each other, or are they just going to work together and just keep the positions as they are and just get as far away as they can?
They'll be getting on the radio to James right now. James, what do we do? What do we do? Oh, but they
He'll
are
also probably be replying with, what do we do?
Down.
Not necessarily, though. They might just be feeling the pressure of being in 1-2 and just trying their best. But as we know, King Latifi is a quick driver as well, so it could just entirely be that.
DRS now for Latifi as well. DRS to Dr. Spicy. The teammates, they're weaving across the track with each other. Outside goes Dr. Spicy. Is he going to get the move done? Comes back inside. Baby Boy cedes the position. DRS now available again for Dr. Spicy to pull away down into turn 2. King Latifi with DRS now as well, looking to try and make a move for Baby Boy, but Baby Boy's car is bouncing around all over the place. Connection is a difficult one with Baby Boy. I've tried to get past him before, and it can be a little bit off-putting, the car jolting about as it does.
So maybe it's a tactical switch here, just to allow Spicy to get as far away as he can. Baby Boy can just keep slowing him down.
Almost takes the Alpha Tauri out and assists the team, but manages to just
we have a low view camera currently of him just zooming straight past the chicane.
Some of the camera angles are great when you watch the cars come around and they sort of, everyone does the same thing, like they do in real Formula 1, around some autumn corners. You get some really nice camera angles, but then it just changed too quickly and you don't get a choice. Sun's out now, rain went away, sun's out.
Sun is gone. I'm watching Ham currently right on the back of Nestorius.
Yeah, wee hands thinking here, maybe contact between the partner teams. Yellow flag in sector 3, that is a Alpine of Rom Lawn. It is an Alpine of Rom Lawn who's got a spin on the exit of the final corner. Which is
a very unfortunate restart from Ron being right at the front before this.
Benson must have pitted again. Must be going for fastest lap. He's on 1 lap mediums. Oh, he must have had wing damage actually, I assume. He's right at the back of the field in P15
he had
now.
wing damage from that previous incident.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault that either, so obviously he's probably going to be a little bit frustrated. He has got a long championship ahead of him.
So he's very much frustrated. He's just set a new fastest lap by 1.5 seconds.
But yeah, this battle up the front, the top four, all within DRS range of each other. The rest of the field has spread out a little bit. Dolphin is still sniffing back in Asteriux, just half a second back from him. DRS is now going to be activated again down the pitch straight, and we'll wonder if anyone will try and make a move. The only person close enough to make a move would be Jock. And Latifi. They're both within striking range.
Wide open for both of them.
Kind of funny looking at the DRS, and it's hard to see whether the DRS was open or not because the downforces ran so high here that the wings are angled so high that when that DRS opens, it's only a tiny little slot gap that appears. But Jock right on the back of the Mercedes, is he going to have a little... Yeah, it's not an overtaking spot there, he pulled out of it, no, thinks better of it. I've seen some moves like that of the Alonso Hamilton battle from 2021, where Alonso wouldn't let Hamilton pass, and Hamilton tried to come up the inside of him up into that left-hander at the end of Sector 1, or the start of Sector 2. Brilliant bit of fighting there in the real F1, but Jock obviously in Ferrari thinking better of it, trying to throw it up the inside there, as that's just an invitation for damage, that is. Icy, been a bit... Old Dolphins past Asteriux, they've made that move to stick. Icy now thinking about getting past as well. Icy had a bit of a quiet race, started quite down the field, didn't have an overly good qualifying session. But he's picked his way up, he's kept himself clean in the race, and he's found himself in the points playing places. About to gain an additional point now by trying to get past the Alpha Tauri. DRS open for IC, the Alfa Romeo versus the Alpha Tauri, the battle of the Alphas. No Bravos here, just Alphas up the inside goes IC, gets the move done before he even gets to the corner. DRS will be helping him pull away from the Alpha Tauri as well as he goes down towards turn 2. And it looks like that move is complete. IC now with his sight set on the Papaya McLaren right ahead of him. 1.9 seconds now, Dolphin is ahead.
There is some very good news currently up front for any Williams supporters in this season. Not naming any names. But Spicy is 2 seconds ahead of Jock currently.
Oh, so Baby Boy's lost position to Jock there though.
Baby Boy lost the position to Jock. But
Jock
it's still within those points.
So wait, what's happened there? Latifi and Baby Boy must have been fighting because Jock was down in P4. Jock now onto the second step of the podium, getting 2 places in half a lap. That's fantastic work from the Ferrari driver. Just a shame I never saw it. I wasn't even paying attention. I was looking at something else. Ham now.
I didn't even spot
Ham as well.
I'm watching Ham here.
We thought he was making weird moves when he came into pit for the Inters again, when he probably should have... I think he probably was meant to come in for a dry tyre. The DRS open for him. The DRS open on the Mercedes, but it's not helping him as much as on the Red Bull. That rocket ship of a car gets up around the outside of King Latifi. They go wheel to wheel. They keep it clean. There's a little bit of contact.
Does he get the move done?
It looks like he's done it.
Oh, has he got the move done? They are still side by side.
There.
He has got the move done.
That was a good bit of driving. There was a little bit of contact from the drivers. I think it will all be fair in love and war. I think Ham was probably the victim in that, but as he's got past, I think he'll be all right with that. He's got his eyes set now on a podium. Has SLR Ham fought his way back from the back of the grid at one point. He was, if you remember rightly, during the West
just like 2 points out. IC is now up to 8th.
Yes, good job, Icy gets past.
Past Asteriux and Cooper Benz.
Oh, Cooper Benz must have had an issue because Cooper Benz was up in 6th.
P5.
P5, P6, yeah, so he's had an issue as well, and obviously had a spin or whatnot. Looking at the gaps again, Ham is going to be the one in the DRS zone that's looking at making a move again. The man on the mission is a Red Bull driver of SLR. His teammates not going to be seeing the checkered flag. As we have 6 laps remaining now. DRS wide open again for the Red Bull. DRS open for the Williams. Is he going up the inside this time? He looks up the inside. He breaks late. He gets a move done. Is he going to be all the way around? Is there a switchback happening? There is, but it looks like the Williams does not have the pace there to get past, back past the Red Bull. But I think Spicy now is going to be the one with a little bit of fear in his heart. His rear gunner has failed to hold the Red Bull up for longer than one straight. now he's got to hope the Ferrari puts up a slightly stronger challenge, because that 3-second penalty is going to be detrimental to him coming the end of the race.
He's doing a very good job trying to make as much time as he can right now, though.
Now it's time to do it in this twisty middle sector, where an overtake isn't happening, and you're hoping that the cars following each other are going to be getting that dirty air, and putting them off a little bit. Yeah, Dr. Spicy, that 3-second gap is already diminished. So Ham de facto P2, Jock still de facto P1 with that penalty. And it looks like he's going to get moved down. I'm not on board with that, so I'm not sure what's happening. It looks like he's done well before the corner there. Yeah, and there's going to be no challenge back there, I think, from the Ferrari driver. Or he's not going to have the pace to put a challenge back on Ham. In another world, his only challenge really was Benster. Benster is a long way down the field, just picking his way back towards the front. Jock picks up a penalty now, so that's 3 seconds for Jock.
3-second time penalty.
Baby Boy's heart's just leapt. Baby Boy's seen himself on the podium now. He sees himself holding up that trophy, hopefully seeing his teammates still on the top set. But Ham is fiercely chasing down that gold medal, that big old trophy, that constructor's trophy as well. They want to take it back to the factory in Milton Keynes. He doesn't want to get demoted to the AlphaTauri.
He does not want that AlphaTauri. I mean, speaking of the AlphaTauris, they are together on that standing, on those standings. So
again, they're together on the standings. But if you remember rightly, the reason that they're where they are now is that they had a bit of an incident, and one of them took the other one out, and Benson was the unfortunate victim to pick up some wing damage from that collision. Weehan, DRS open, he's going to try and make a move on King Latifi. He's not close enough to put any nose in there, but you know he's got another bout of DRS coming. So does the Mercedes driver, but he's so close. Exhausting, coming out of the Mercedes, up the inside he goes into turn 2.
He's going for it.
And there's wheel-to-wheel contact.
A little bit of a bump.
I'm not sure if Latifi stayed going straight as well. See, that's what this game is doing so much better than the last game did. In the last game, that would have been one of them out of the race. You know, a bit of wheel banging happens in Formula 1, and we like to see it, you know, tight racing. We don't like to see the wheel banging, really. But we want to see in chat, Colden's just popped up.
Might like it.
Colden's just popped up in chat. Haas team are flying. Yes, they are. No points today from Haas currently. I know you're doing a great job there in Division 3 though, bringing those points in. So hopefully we'll see some more from you tomorrow night. And I'll be back next week to try and gain some points for the team as well. I mean, I was on a great one last week until I got rudely taken out. I was going to make some points. It was going to be fantastic, and I was going to celebrate with a bottle of champagne and sitting on my left hand. But alas, I was put in a ward and was sent to the showers early. Still not over it.
Nobody likes being sent to the showers early.
So the battles on track that we're still looking at as we come into the final sort of 3 laps of the race here. Weehan on the back of Baby Boy, King Latifi on the back of Weehan, and their little battle last time obviously lost some mains. They've lost a little bit of time to Jock, but Jock's 3-second penalty does bring that other Williams of Baby Boy back onto the podium, and it does strengthen Spicy's position in terms of being on that podium.
To the leader. Currently, Spicy will be sat in P2 with his in P2 with his Williams partner in that P3 spot. So you will be hoping that Baby Boy can hold on to that position he currently has got.
Had a spin. That's Jake 7GR has spin in sector 3, but he's back going again, and he's not lost any positions this time out.
I mean, Spicy and Ham are slowly moving in on those back markers as well.
They are. There are going to be. I think, barring any major incident from those 2 back markers, I think they will stay clear. We know the Stitch Lap had some really good pace at the start of the race, so it's really sad to see him down the bottom of the field. But it does look like he was one of the latest to pit. Yeah, he hit 2 laps after Benster pitted, so that's why he's so far back. I assume whatever tyre he was on probably gave up on him, and it was time to come and put a fresh set on. Weehan is right on the back of Baby Boy now, as well. No chance for an overtake in this part of the track. There's only one more possible, and that's being really, really close in the chicane. But to make that move stick, you need to be literally grabbing onto the back of the car on the exit of that loop. Colton said he's trying his best, but he's in the bottom division yet. You still get points for it in the bottom division, you know. There's no diminished points for racing in Div 3. You still get the same amount of points.
I'm on board with Rihan, who is closing that gap to Baby Boy currently.
Yeah, you stick on that one. I'll keep an eye on this Weehan Baby Boy fight, because it's looking like it is going to be a fight for the podium with Jock's penalty. So everyone now in this sort of battle needs to make sure they don't run wide and pick up any silly track violations. Doesn't like how.
Don't worry, Ocon knows all about those. Ocon knows about the track violations.
When you get 25 seconds or 30 seconds, most penalties ever given out in a single race to a single driver. Ferrari up the inside of the Williams. He's going to get it done, but the switchback's going to be really messy on the middle of the corner. He broke slightly too late on that, but DRS is going to help him again. He's going to go try on the outside. Wheel to wheel, he goes with Baby Boy, Ferrari and the Williams. They haven't fought like this on track in years. Williams hold out the front there. And keep that position. But Weehan's thinking about it, but he thinks better of it again. That is really not an overtaking spot. The 2 South African drivers now chugging it out for the last step on the podium. Oh,
no!
Baby Boy picks up the penalty. No, and that's Baby Boy off the podium.
Penalty for Baby Boy.
Rumble out of the session. He's crashed. Where's he crashed? He's not. He's done it in the pit. So 14 drivers still remaining on track, but yeah, that podium now has become it's a race of attrition really in terms of penalties for our podium sitters. That really brings Weehan into the fold and King Latifi into the fold as well. So King Latifi,
I'm watching it now. Is Hamid's going for the move and has got it way before the first corner.
Lots of weaving from the Williams to Baby Boy in front of behind that. The Ferrari looks to have had a... Oh, it's contact! We are on to the final lap now of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Ham has taken the lead, so he looks like he will finish this race on the top step. He'll do it on track and won't need the help of any penalties. Dr. Spicy with 3 seconds. If he can keep... Oh, 3.1. So yeah, Dr. Spicy just needs to hold that 3. It doesn't even matter if he holds the 3 seconds. Dr. Spicy will be taking the second step of the podium, barring any major incidents from the Williams driver. Jock, plus 3 seconds on his teammate.
Currently holding P3.
Yeah.
Currently holding P3.
What's happening? Oh yeah, Weehan and Baby Boy's battling has dropped Weehan out of contention for a podium spot here, unless he's got a really mega final sector in him. But you on board with Ham as he crosses the line?
We are watching Ham as he crosses the line and getting his first win of this season.
Dr. Spicy will come home in P2. Jock takes P3 across the line. Just to confirm that as Weehan crosses, Weehan takes P4. The Ferrari's a good 3-4 finish there. King Latifi jumps over Baby Boy and takes P5. Baby Boy takes P6. Dolphin up into P7. Lost a few places off the start and never really regained it. OWR, I see strong race from him, so he can stuff up to P8 and get some points. Cooper Benz, quiet race from Coop. But again, in P9 and Nisuriuk in the Alpha Tauri rounds out the point finishers. Our 3 non-points takers today, Benster in P11, issues with the Alpha Tauris in front of him, Drastic Blaze in P11, and someone in P12, but I did not see who it was. Or 14th, whatever it was. Jock takes driver of the day, but we'll supersede that one real quick. It was a good drive from Jock, but would you say anyone stood out to you today in terms of driver of the day?
In terms of being, I would say probably Jock, because he started far back in the field, from what I can recall. He's managed to get himself into that. Oh, hello, we've got a unstable driver apparently.
eyes, man, the eyes on some of these characters. The graphics have got great on these games, but the fucking eyes, creepy as shit. It's the stuff of children's nightmare. The eyes on this game.
I would not want to mess with eyes.
But yeah, no, I've got to agree with you. Jock had a really strong race. But also, so did both of the Williams drivers. Spicy had a fantastic race. Obviously, he picked up a penalty, so it's hard to. That's why I think it's a bit hard to give Jock driver of the day. They did pick up a track penalty. Meehan had a very strong race as well. He was up a lot of places. Was he, or was that? No, he's yeah, up places, but not too many.
Yeah, Jock
Icy
coming
up the
from
most, I
P18.
think. Jock was P18, was he?
He was P18 and then went up to P3.
Yeah, Jock driver of the day then, for sure. No, fantastic. So that's going to sort of bring us to an end of tonight's stream. 20 past 9, it's not too bad. It's all right, it's all right.
Good
I
work.
better get to I've got to be up at 5 a.m, so...
Oh, yeah.
But,
You got luckiness.
yeah. Oh, so yeah, fantastic. So, any rounding, closing thoughts? I don't know if we do driver interviews anymore. I don't know if I CBA anyway to ask questions. People, I can't remember what happened. It was such a long race. But any closing thoughts from you, Yui? Obviously, mixed conditions, different winner, not our expected Dempster. So, well, what do you think?
No, it was my choice of Ham that one in the end, and I'm hoping to see Benzer and Ham battling it out more and more in the weeks to come.
Yeah, totally agree on that. I think the battle they had at the start of the race was fantastic. Obviously, the conditions kind of threw a spanner in the works of that one, but it was brilliant to see a Red Bull and a Mercedes go at it again, hammer and tong, tooth and nail. But yeah, I think there's a big battle building for the future in that one. Fantastic. So that will bring us to the end of tonight's Division 1 stream around the Hungaroring in Hungary. As mentioned earlier on in the race, please join us tomorrow night at the same time to see our Division 2 drivers take to the track. And you will see yours truly, Yui, on track during that race. I won't be there available tomorrow, but I'm sure we'll get some reserves to fill in that space. But please join us then. In the meantime, follow us on our socials, on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, and keep up to date for all the latest news coming from the OWR team. But thank you so much, Yui, for tonight, for streaming and being mainstream. How did you find being mainstream?
A lot different than the side part.
Yeah. Yeah, it's trying to keep up with everything and trying to make sure you give everyone enough track time. I mean, there's sometimes I do it and I don't even click on some people for the whole race, and it's really bad. But they watch it back, looking for themselves, and they're not even there. But no, you did a fantastic job. And as ever, I've really enjoyed spending some time in the box with you. So
with you as well.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be back next week for some more Division 1 at 8 p.m. on Saturday. But join us tomorrow night for 8 p.m. for Division 2. But thank you all for joining us. Have a lovely evening. Oh, someone's just put in chat. Baby boy needs to sort out his shit connection. Yeah. Right. So I read that one without pre-reading it, so I just went straight through and read it. But no, I think it's because he's halfway around the world. But no, thank you guys. Have a lovely evening. And I will leave you, Yui, to finish up the stream whenever you are ready, my boy.